Hey guys, and welcome back to another War Within gold making video. Before we get into this one, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone that has gotten a copy of my retail flipping guide. What we're going to be covering in this video is how to snipe cheap items with Point Blank Sniper. So first of all, you're going to need TSM, which is an add-on that will give you accurate price data for items. You're also going to need two other add-ons. You're going to need Auctionator to make the shopping list. And you're also going to need Point Blank Sniper because this is the add-on that we're actually going to be using to snipe the items. So let's get right into this video. This will help you get a lot of really cheap items so you can flip them or even just buy them to use yourself for a lot cheaper. So first of all, with Auctionator, you have Shopping, which is a tab down the bottom on the Blizzard UI auction house. So what you can do here is you can set up groups for Auctionator that can be used in Point Blank Sniper. As you can see, I have a bunch of different groups. Now I have a lot of really good items and groups all made for flipping. So if you would like to get your hands on all of my groups, they are in my retail flipping guide. Same with my TSM groups and everything about flipping that you need to know. However, let's get back into this. So if you want to make your own group, you do it how I did just here. You click on New List, you add the name of the item, then you want to have exact search, and then you want to just click on Add to List. And this will add this specific item to the list. So you want to have some really big lists full of a bunch of really good items. I have a bunch of different flipping groups. Some are for specific realm items, and also I have some other groups that are for the region-wide items like commodities. So this is how you actually go ahead and use the Point Blank Sniper. Let's go over how everything is and where to find all the features. So first of all, you have the shopping list, and this is right here. This is where you can select the shopping list that you have made in the Auctionator shopping tab. So all of these have a bunch of different items, and these are like basically TSM groups, but for Point Blank Sniper. So we can search through these groups with the criteria that we put in. Here are the different criteria. We have the price source, and this is going to be using TSM data. So we have DB market, we have DB region market average, and then we also have DB region sale average. I personally like to use either DB market or DB region sale average when I'm using this tool. So what you want to do with the percent is you can play around with this. Anything that you put in for the percent, it will only show items that are under the percent that you put in for that price source. So for example, we have 50 at the moment, so only items will pop up that are under 50% of the region sale average. Now let's go over some of the options for Point Blank Sniper. This is the ones that I currently use and that I personally recommend you using when using Point Blank Sniper to snipe cheap materials and also cheap items to flip. Very simple. There's not too many options for this. Let's go ahead and I'll show you how this actually works. So like I mentioned, we're going to be going off the DB region sale average and at 50%. So if we click on start, it will only pop up items that are under 50% of the region sale average. So as you can see, the items are popping up. Now the best thing about this add-on is that it is live. So while we're doing the scan, if another item actually gets posted on the auction house, it will pop up live in the search. This is a really good feature because you can actually buy items before other people have a chance. For an example, if you were doing this with TSM in a TSM shopping scan, if an item pops up whilst you're doing the scan, it won't actually show up in the scan for you, which is a very bad thing. When you're doing it with Point Blank Sniper, it will actually pop up. So you won't miss out on any of the newly posted deals, meaning if someone posts quickly, you can quickly snipe it before anyone else has a chance to. Another really good thing about the Point Blank Sniper is that how quickly it actually scans through all of the items. So this is a lot quicker than the TSM scanning. For an example, if you had a group of say 1000 items in a TSM group and you did a TSM scan on that group, this could take you anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes for an example. If you did this with Point Blank Sniper, you will have the scan done within less than a minute. So it can save a lot of time. And I personally use this even just for scanning the items. I also use it where I just sit this account on the side of the screen and I allow it to search for items by itself. So any new items that pop up, I have a chance to buy them. But I do actually go through all the different realms and do some quick scans just to find items that are in the groups. You can also do this with materials and commodities. This is a good way to snipe some really cheap materials. Obviously you can play around with the price source, so you can have it. I like to do the DB market, which is basically just the TSM market value. And I like to set a really low percent. Make sure I select either material group, which is all the materials from older expansions, or I have a group set up for the War Within materials if I want to focus on the current content materials. But basically with this, what you can do is you can snipe some really cheap items. A lot of people post up a few of the item, either one or two or even a couple hundred, couple thousand of the item, way below what they're actually worth to just sell them quickly. And some people actually do it to try bait other people. What you can actually do with Point Blank Sniper is you can snipe these people and you can buy the really cheap items that they are posting for either a bait price or just when they're posting it way below the actual value. And this is a good way to snipe materials that you can flip. And these sell extremely quickly once you buy them. The hard part is buying them. The easy part is obviously selling them for a lot of profit. So we've bought a bunch of different items. We're going to be using my TSM groups and operations to post these items. But let's go over some of the prices. So these are all the items that I just brought with the Point Blank Sniper. That only took me like 5 minutes or so. So we have an item here that we paid 500 gold for, and we're going to be reposting this for 27,000 gold. So a lot of really good profit there. We paid on average 1k for this item right here. We're going to resell this for 2.5k. Also, once again, some good profit. 1.3k we paid for this item right here. We're going to repost this for 22k. We paid on average 1.8k for this sword right here, reselling that for 40k. We've got a battle pet that sells nice and quickly that we paid around 300 gold for, reposting that for 765 gold. Now these battle pets sell very quickly and are some good items. We paid on average 825 gold for this piece right here. We're going to resell that for 25k. What have we got next? We've got another item that we only paid 384 gold on average for. We have brought a few of these. We're going to be reselling these for about 13k. Another item that we only paid 99 gold for. We're going to repost that for about 554 gold. We paid 10k for this right here, this toy. We're going to repost this for 35k roughly. We got another item here. We paid about 900 gold each for these. We brought two of them. We're reposting those for 25k. We've got a battle pet here. We paid about 1.1k for. I'm going to resell that for 1.8. Not too much profit on that one, but they sell very, very quickly. We've got a recipe we paid 2k for. Resell it for 51k. About a 50k profit. We've got one item here that we paid 10k for, resell that for 30k. We only paid 109 gold for this right here. We're reposting that for about 13.7k. We've got a recipe here, we paid 5k. We brought a couple of these for 5k each. We're going to be reposting that for 108k. What else have we got here? We've got a couple more. We paid 1k for this cosmetic piece. We're going to repost this for 23k. We've got a transmog piece right here that we paid 10k for. The sell rate is a bit low on this one, but we're going to be trying to resell this for 110k. And then finally, we've got this waist right here. We paid about 400 gold. We're going to be reposting that up on the auction house for 5k. So we're just going to use the TSM macro where you can just basically click it and it will post the items for you. And this is in the TSM settings if you want to set that up for yourself, completely allowed. Then we're going to go over with the leftover items. How I have my operation set up for my flipping guide is that what we want to do is we want to post all of the leftover items in the auction house. And these will be items that we either have one of already posted on this specific auction house, or it doesn't meet the profit requirement from my operations. So we throw them in the warband bank, and what we do is we jump on another character on a different realm. And we're basically going to cross realm trade these items and then sell them on multiple different realms. So we have one of each item on one of each different of the realms. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of different characters. I've actually got one character on every single different auction house on the NA region. I have 2 accounts to do this, and basically what I can do is I can spread out a bunch of different items across a bunch of different realms, so I can have the best possible price for these items when I'm selling them. So anything that we have in the Warband Bank now, what we're going to do is we're going to remove one of these items, so one quantity of each item, and we're going to throw these up on the auction house on this specific realm. So if we go ahead and we open up the Warband Bank here, I'll show you the items that we just posted that we got with Point Blank Sniper. So here they all are. Now what you can do is you can manually go through and you get one of each item. However, there is an easier way to do this. You can actually search, we'll type in the chat box, I believe it is /TSM space bank UI with no space, and it'll bring up this tab right here. And with my operations from the flipping guide, as you can see, we can click on post cap to bags, and this will remove one of every single item that are in my flipping groups. This makes it a lot easier to get items out of the Warband Bank. When you're moving them across from realm to realm, it will save you a lot of time. It is super handy to do. So as you can see, we're just going to throw these all up on the auction house. Anything that is left over, we already have someone posted on that round, or they don't meet the requirement. We move on to the next. So that was it, how to snipe some extremely cheap items with Point Blank Sniper. If you would like to learn more about flipping in retail World of Warcraft, you can check out my flipping guide, which will be the first link down below in the description box. This will give you everything you need. Until the next one, guys, take care.